How are you? Okay, hello and greetings. How are you, Christy? Thank you for joining us. I'm Lyra, and I am your hostess this evening. We are about to share the introductory video. I don't know if you've seen this video before. This is our invitation video that we share with everyone to invite people to join the community here. If you would like to check and see if your volume is working, you go down to the bottom left-hand side of your screen and you will be able to access the volume there. And here we are. This is our Community for Community project, and we are here tonight to welcome all of our new players to Great Works Alliance. If you have not had a chance yet, please visit our site at greatworksalliance.com. That's this site. Hold on, I'm going to bring it up right now. And we have been doing some updates here on our site. You can go to greatworksalliance.com and it will take you to this location. And we would like to have you join us and participate in the Community for Community Development projects that we are currently involved with. So currently we're looking into creating Tech for Good, Community Tech Development Operation. We are seeking players to join our development and growth in tech community service meshing. To begin with, we need game and tech developers to join our team to build on our platform. And we are looking for volunteers with high priority towards Neo4j and an experience in GraphQL and ecosystems. Also, some people that are familiar and work in media, transmedia, advertising, 3D, VR, XR artists, and developers familiar with Unity Engine. We're also looking for people who are familiar with open source licensing, and we're looking for people who believe as we do that the spirit of intent here with Great Works Alliance is to empower and inspire the hero within, which we have right here on our homepage. Well, welcome. This is our player orientation meeting. And I don't know, are you at all familiar with the work of Great Works Alliance?
No, actually, I'm not. I was going to check out the website, but I can't seem to find my laptop at this second.
That's all right. I'm going to share our home screen with you. This is our current website as developed over the past 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And we have added a lot of information over the past few days. So if you want to, when you have a chance, you can go to greatworksalliance.com and it will take you to this site.
Okay.
So what we're talking about here is creating an environment which inspires and empowers the hero within. And
Okay.
this is through an interactive and engaging optimizing of quests and missions. These are like personal missions or community missions and quests that an individual might want to participate in for their own improvement in their own quality of life or improvement in the quality of life of others within the community that they're living in.
Okay.
And so what our mission here is we're looking to build a community-centric social network, collaboration, and referral platform, enabling ease of access to community resources, extended services, and community leaders.
Nice.
Activating the user's full potential through fun gamification, interactive engagement, and meritocracy, inspiring and empowering the hero within.
Okay.
And so what we have right now is we have a portal. People can participate by going to the lower section here to participate in the game.
Okay.
The game is connecting community people, connecting within your passions and skills. So we want to know what your passions and skills are.
Mm-hmm.
So the video you just watched is that
Mm-hmm.
first mission, mission 1. So congratulations, you have completed mission number 1.
Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
So then
Uh,
mission,
Go ahead.
no, do you have any questions? Yes.
No, I was gonna ask, like, on the website, does it like ask you to ask you what your passions are, or what? Because I mean, anything that I do within my life, I am very, very passionate about all of it.
Well,
So
I
it's like a
believe
very hard question for me.
so. I believe that you probably already did mission number 2 because you received an email, correct? That invited.
Um, yeah, actually it came through my text message, but maybe it did come through my email. I just didn't realize that it was my email.
Well, if you didn't, that's all right. The second mission here is to fill out your profile.
Okay.
This is a beta test here that we're doing, and part of it is an active engagement of players within a ticket and tracking system, which enables people to connect for missions or requests that are coming in through our
Hmm.
website. The first the second step to getting into this system, it's a help desk portal basically, is we ask everybody to fill out this form. It's the profile, skills, merit, and initiative evaluation.
Okay.
This is where we ask you a little bit about yourself, like how to contact you, what your phone number is, what state you're in, and then what you are passionate about is the fourth question, I believe, here.
Hmm.
And so we want to know, because what we do then is we connect people who have the same passion as you together so that you can work on projects together, and they are going to be more quickly completed with that mutual reciprocity that is gained through the teamwork model that we've developed.
Okay. Okay. I can. Okay. I understand that. Yeah,
So
no, because I mean, from what I understand so far, I'm just like, I'm kind of intrigued now. I'm like, oh, okay, because most of the stuff that I do, like, I do a lot of advocating, but because of my background, but there's so much that I've become so passionate about, I wouldn't even know where to begin on that.
right.
So, I mean, maybe maybe it's a godsend that you guys actually, sent me a request for this meeting because sometimes I don't know where to start when it comes to anything that I want to do.
Yes, and what we're here to provide is like a support and team building model that's going to enable you to explore, like the skills, merit, and initiative evaluation, that profile sheet I shared.
Uh
It
huh.
goes into the specific fields of your knowledge, like what
Okay.
skills you can apply, whether it is mental health or education or disability advocacy or legal advocacy. I mean, there's
Okay.
a wide variety, even including construction.
Wow.
Yes. And we do this in order to enable people to explore what can you do, and if you can do something, isn't that a wonderful gift that you can share? And
Oh yes.
wouldn't you love to be able to find a community where there are other people who are passionate and want to share their gifts?
Yes. Very much so. Especially with some of the stuff that I advocate with. I think it would be great to find people that would like stand in line with me and do what it is that needs to be done in order for you know things to be accomplished within my city.
Right. And that requires grassroots community for community involvement within each sector of each of our communities, and then being able to cross correlate not only within our communities but expand it out so that when a model actually is working, whether it is in Veterans Affairs or Department of Education or um, all kinds of other areas that we're looking to support within a community to improve the quality of life of everyone in the community, that
Yeah.
that model can actually be duplicated and we can take it to another city. So
Okay.
we're taking the power back into our own hands by working together in this format.
Okay. if I might ask, like, how did you come up with this? Like, what was it that you were trying to do for your community?
Well, my story specifically begins with the loss of my children in 2000.
That's where I know you from then.
That's right. So I started the Coalition for Protection of Children and Families in 2016, and we are a continuing growing community on Facebook. And the idea here with this platform that we are in alliance with Great Works Alliance working on is creating better connection, because Facebook, let's face it, is not really the platform that advocates need to get things done.
Well, yeah, because most families aren't going to sit there and put their story on Facebook because you don't know whether or not you don't know who's looking,
Right.
and they could use it against you. Trust me, I know because I did it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Scary.
I kind of opened up and told my story, and then my social worker got wind of it, and yeah, that did not go over real well at all. So, but it's like, I have my entire case file, and the same thing that happened to me when I was 19 years old when I lost my first child happened the same way with my last two children.
Oh my God.
That's no joke. I have proof of all the lies and everything on how I lost my children.
And have you been able to find a adequate advocate to assist you?
Oh no, it's over. It's done. It's gone. Like before I found the advocacy, they had already terminated my rights. They terminated my rights about 5 years ago.
Right. They terminated my rights about 4.5 years ago. And what I realized is that there's so much of a lack of community centered services for families.
Because
For
everybody's
children.
afraid to ask, and they don't know where to go or who to turn to because you don't know whose side they're really on. You don't
That's
know who to trust when it comes to this stuff.
That's true. And so this system we're creating here is about referrals. It is about making sure that those referrals are traceable, that those advocates that are out there are actually doing the job they say they are. It also enables those advocates to have a support arena so that they aren't lost when somebody comes with a different issue than they're equipped to capably execute or assist with.
That you know, basically because of my childhood in which I did not ask for, my children had to suffer because of it. They had to pay for it. And to me that's not okay.
And it has to do mainly with the lack of services that are supporting families staying together.
Right. Nobody wants to support the families. Everybody wants to say they support the kids, but they don't want to keep the families together, which I think is where the mistakes are lying.
Yeah.
More families need to be kept together. Let's fight this together.
Right.
Rather than, okay, I'm going to take your kids and make you lose all your hope and all your dreams. I mean, that's all I ever wanted as a child. I have a big, huge family, but nobody in my family wanted me.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only one awarded the state. So my biggest dream was to be a parent. I wanted to be a mom. I was going to be that town mom where everybody showed up in my house, and that was going to be me. And then they just up and took that away because I asked for help, because there was things that I didn't know how to do, so I wanted to be able to ask for help.
Yep.
And that's where I think praises need to happen. It takes a lot for a parent to say, you know what, I don't know enough about this to help my child. Can
Right.
you help me? That needs to be praised,
Yeah.
not punishable. And that is disgusting because parents are afraid to do anything anymore.
Right.
This is Nathan here. He's my partner.
Hello.
And associate. We've been working very hard to put this community for community project together, enabling people to either find the resources that may be available within their community that are reliable and credible, or to create and help in the creation of those community services and assistance programs that are not available within their community. This is all about tying our people together again, because everybody's all fractured right
Oh,
now.
I would love that, because I mean, I actually live in a county where the most corruption I ever, when I go to look at stuff on the internet, this is the county where most of the corruption has been like fought for, against, which is Riverside County in California,
Okay.
which is one of the worst counties to be in when it comes to CPS corruption.
Mine was in Mendocino County, California. So
Okay.
I can relate. This state is not a good state for families right now.
Oh, it's not.
And it's not even a good state to start a new business right now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And right now he has no leg to stand on when it comes with me. I'm sorry. He really doesn't. He's another one that would be against families.
Yes,
If you really look at his background and what he's been doing since this COVID thing, telling that our sheriffs and the lead of our police departments to arrest those who are opening their businesses too early so they can feed their families, but he tells them to turn around and let out the illegal immigrants that are criminals. How does that make any sense?
right?
It doesn't, and then he sits there, he gets them out of jail, and then he's going to house them and pay for it.
Yeah.
You
And when I was in the town that I lived in, there were 28 registered sex offenders within 2 miles of the elementary school.
Yeah, see, that's not okay.
No, it's not. It is
Oh my
absolutely
goodness.
not.
Yeah, well, I live in Riverside, and let me tell you, sex offenders, drug addicts, murderers, gang members, it's all here.
Yep.
And it's disgusting. You sit there and you work your entire life to better your family's, well-being, only to have it stolen from you. How is that okay? To me, it's
And we know that there are a lot of people out there feeling lost, feeling cheated, feeling like there is no way to change what is currently the way things are, as the
right.
mice in Wilbur would say, or not Wilbur.
I
What was
would love to.
That's right. It was Charlotte's Web. But anyway, I digress. um, so, I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're doing here. We want to be able to provide a space for those of us who are looking for something better, who want to create something better, and we can do it together.
Okay.
And this particular help desk system is an open source OS ticket system that we have. And for agents like myself, I would sign in here with my login information. And then that goes to our help desk, where agents get tickets and tasks that are either assigned to them or open that they can assign to themselves. For a user, a guest, there is also the option to create a ticket, check your ticket status, check out our knowledge base. We have information on various topics. We want to add more. We're looking for people to add content and grow this help desk so that we can help more people.
Okay.
And a lot of what we're looking for right now are tech developers, but we are absolutely and always looking for advocates.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I went to college. I did not finish college or get my degree. I was begged to get into criminal law. I know my law. Very passionate about law. Same thing with, like, I mean, I did family law, criminal law. I majored in criminal justice, so I know the ins and outs of police and the laws, and rules regarding that. I know all of this stuff. I just don't have any degrees in such things. It's just stuff that I've learned along my way.
And that's what we recognize. We are not um requiring degrees, but there is our degrees of advocacy here. So I mean, without a legal degree, of course we cannot say that we are providing legal advice, but we can.
Right, but we can lead you on the right path to get what you need.
Right.
based on that niche's level of experience,
Mm-hmm.
um, and
Well,
with
I've
that
advocated for,
jurisdiction or that type of law.
right.
We do have plans to work with law enforcement. We were actually just in a call yesterday
Mm-hmm.
with one of our collaborative organizations, and they're trying to set up a meeting for next month to see what we can bounce around, kind of like a intentional private intentional town hall,
Okay.
and they'll be inviting some people, with authoritative seats in government, like
Yeah,
the
because I mean, on a lot of the Facebook pages, the CPS fighting CPS pages on Facebook, you know, I've had some families come to me, and I've kept over 10 families together using my knowledge. Oh, I'm echoing. Um, Using my knowledge, I sent them in the right direction. They had to do the legwork. They had to go and did I lose you again?
no,
No.
no, we
Oh,
can.
okay. I you know told them what files that they should file, what papers need to be filed, and what they need to do to keep them and their families safe, and that what they were allowed to do, what they weren't allowed to do. Um, and I've actually saved over 10 families in 2 years. But
Awesome.
That's awesome.
without, yeah, they didn't have to use an attorney. They didn't have money for an attorney. So what are they supposed to do? That's the people I want to help, because you can't trust those people. You can't
Right.
trust any of them. You don't know whose side they're on. They're going to tell you to your face, I'm on your side. And then right behind your back, they're going to sit there and do everything in their power to make sure you don't succeed.
Mm.
So I wanted to find a way for them to not have to ship out all this money only to lose anyway, because it's already stacked up against them. It's a losing war that I think needs to start being a winning war for our
Yep.
side.
Right. So, for example, you could bring um, your experience, put it down on paper, and then it can get verified, like passing the bucket on a farm to,
Okay.
because the barn is on fire.
Oh yeah.
Passing it along. Okay, we got an input of information right here. Now it can quantify it and sort it and everything like that, and go on through the people with the highest credentials within the alliance and that specific niche. um like it ends up getting passed up to different types of attorneys and lawyers, bar members of different sites,
Okay.
sorts, scholars that deal with law, like say Harvard or Oxford law.
Ooh.
um Getting quantified and confirmed, so it doesn't matter where it's coming through, it goes through a proper chain of custody to get vetted, and then
Okay.
that can be laid out for people as a pathway to assist in their research to build on top of. So you end up with a complete boilerplate, and then after layering boilerplates, you have a consistent path that can also be narrowed down according to like jurisdiction and different types of scenarios. So bringing in Black's Law Dictionary, for example, along with linguistic basics for references in root words, say like Latin and Greek. Those are the
Okay.
two primary languages of all of our language for
Correct.
the root, including medicine and law.
Mm-hmm.
So building up a big record that is all cross verified and quantified at any level, it can really help clean up a lot of this garbage that most people deal with and don't even realize is there.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's so much gray area. There's so many people in the world that see the world as black and white, and there's such a huge gray area that they're oblivious to, that You know, it's scary to live in the world, you know? It's like I found my 22-year-old son. The last time I saw him, he was 2 years old.
Wow.
They stole him from the foster parents that had him for almost 3 years because they were going to adopt him to keep me in his life.
Right.
And then so they took him from there and then secretly adopted him out. And I just found him a couple of years ago. He's now 22. Yes, I'm a grandma now. He just made me a grandma. But the most amazing part of the story, me and his adopted mom, or I've never had anybody in my family love me, stand by me, fight for me as much as she has in 2 years in my entire life.
Wow.
She is the absolute most incredible person I've ever met. My daughter's adopted mom, she was corruptible. That's why my social worker gave her to this lady. She hated me. She wanted nothing to do with me. She was going to ensure I never see my daughter again.
Yep.
Right.
And because of Kelly, I had the opportunity to work towards still being a part of my daughter's life because of her.
That's wonderful.
So it's like I almost want to tell her about this and get her involved as well, because I think that she can do a lot. And then to have someone that has adopted a child out of foster care but still wants to involve the biological family, I think that is something that might actually be really good. You know, so I didn't have a choice whether my kids were adopted or not. But someone still believes in me and knows that what they did was wrong. So here you go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's a wonderful thing, and that you were blessed with that, and that's to make testament that not all foster parents and adoptive parents are bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Most of they are. But Caitlin
right.
knew what she was doing.
And you know, this isn't about separating people, this is about bringing people together. You know,
That's what I love about it.
we're looking at this from all angles.
Mm-hmm.
What we would like to see is community for community projects popping up everywhere.
Okay.
And one of our models, our actual um, just recently published proposal, I'm going to share on our site. I'm back to the screen. So as you're going down and past our mission, we have a section on the left-hand side which you can click on each of these questions, and it will take you to a different section of the site. And there will actually, a couple of the links are for forms, but the new one we've just published is what is our current community for community project. This is a proposal that we're looking at developing. We actually have some allies looking into funding parts of this already. We are looking for others to assist in fundraising for this project.
Okay.
And any project that would be in similar alignment to this, we are happy to entertain and possibly publish as well for funding. There are 3 parts to this proposal. And this proposal was created to acquire funds through various collaborative portals for distinctly unified community for community reinvestment.
Okay. Yeah, I'm totally checking this website out as soon as I find my laptop.
Awesome.
I'm like totally excited right now. Like it's like I usually feel so alone in my fight for this. You know, some people are like, I wouldn't help this, I wouldn't help that, and I'm like, I would help anybody that is willing to do their own work, their own fight, but I can help them stay on the right track. That's what I'm looking for, rather than, you know, I'm going to do all the work for you and let you be lazy and let you do what you want. Well, no, you don't deserve your children, that the very gift that is a child, if you're not going to sit there and fight and do what's right. If you're going to sit
Right.
there and let someone else do all your work, you don't deserve that gift. And I had to teach myself to start letting people like that go and not stress my body out and stress my mind out on people like that. And
Right.
trust me, that is a learning process for me because I have severe anxiety, panic disorder, but I'm also what they call a very highly sensitive person who is an empath.
Yeah.
So I take
Great work,
everybody's problems and put them on my shoulders. And if I can't fix it, I will do whatever it takes to make sure I can fix it. And I can't take on so much stress where someone's not going to help themselves because that's too much for myself
That's great.
and my health and my well-being
On yourself and
to
keep
where I had to teach myself to let go.
Yep.
Great Works Alliance is intended to act as a framework and hub.
Okay.
So independent of one organization or group specific niche, the intent is a culmination and sharing of these specialties of outreach and
Okay.
community assistance. So we're dealing with a lot more than just CPS or
Right.
art related stuff.
Now you can also deal with what like crime, people who have, criminals who haven't done things, but, or need help with a helping hand, correct?
Yeah.
From criminal reform up throughout.
Okay.
Like I've spent a lot of time with law enforcement, been in law enforcement, been involved in um, recidivism programs and getting back out and making a new life after someone has been uh, spending time behind bars, right?
I call it institutionalized. It's sad, and you know what? Thank you. I very much appreciate people like you because a lot of those people are given up on,
Yes.
Right.
and that's
first,
and
I
that's
would
why
like,
it keeps going.
and I would like to recognize Mary here. She's been very quiet in the background, but I see she's waving and we want to recognize that she has joined this conversation. We're glad to see you today, and and we wanted to thank you for all that you have done. We have received your package, your donation.
Oh, good.
Yes, we have, and thank you so much. It's wonderful.
Yeah, great.
Awesome. A lot of what we're doing right now is the grassroots, and the reason that I'm sharing this community for community project is because we're, like I say, we're working in collaboration with another group that's looking at doing some of the fundraising for the interactive information kiosks. There's a lot of kiosks out there, but they're usually money related and getting money out, not having a choice at your grocery store as to what you're going to donate to when they ask you for that dollar. Or, there's all kinds of issues that have kind of fallen by the wayside. And so we want to be able to create a kiosk that is specifically community for community oriented and an interactive information resource center that people can go to in their community and get information and also provide their evaluation of a service that they may have used within the community.
And if they want to donate, there can be a hub included where they're donating to a specific purpose as the primary focus and not what the purpose is of outreach by a certain company. That company is kind of held in the shadows for you to figure out later after it goes through a filtering process based on level of impact for the community. So the most effective and impactful organizations within a specific form of outreach are going to take primary focus. That they're like number one out of 10 or 50, it doesn't matter. They get the preference in the direction because it's a reward for the value of what they're actually bringing to the community, making the community an actual better place rather than just talking about it.
Okay.
And
Well,
so
I am.
go ahead.
I am setting up on my personal laptop a state from Alabama to Wyoming, and not only for veteran services, but that spreadsheet that we started. I'm going to do the 50 states, but each state is going to have a separate spreadsheet. So it'll be domestic violence, veteran services, all within that state where they can have the address, the contact, the phone number. And then I'm going to email you each of that, each state. So hopefully, when I get done with that, it's a long process, but hopefully when I get done with that, you can implement that on the, I can email it to you.
Right.
Is that feasible?
Yes.
And then you put the states in. Well, I can do the states with the spreadsheet, but I just don't know how to put the information from my computer into that.
Well, if you use the Google Forms that we started with on that project, you can keep creating tabs within your form packet, right?
Right.
So you could do a tab for each state within the Google Forms, and it will automatically share with those that you want to share it with. So you just click the share option at the top, like we do with the other documents that we share out. And it'll come right to us, and then we can put it into the database. And that's where the kiosks will come into play for that part, is that they'll have per state and per county where those services are and how they're doing and how to contact them.
Yeah.
Right.
But Christy, you have a lot to offer in life. You have so much to offer families that don't have. And God bless you for blessing those that would waste money on attorney fees and all that stuff. Because the corporate, it's clear about that. And that they stand against us and they're just money soakers. So thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. That actually means a lot more than you think.
Yes, very much appreciated. I've been in this 30 years, and people like you are well needed. And like I said, we don't want to stretch it right out straight, but by making your room and putting you in there, your work cuts down to minimal. Once we get established, people just go in these rooms and we're not repeating our work over and over and over and over again. It's right there.
Exactly.
Where we would just have to walk them through it. And that's a much easier job than getting laws out there and, all the things that comes with our work, with contacts and all that stuff. And examples, you could put cases in there without the names and all the things, and people can read those cases and realize, wow, this sounds like me. I'm going to go this route,
Yeah.
And it really cuts down on the work. We did open a room, but we haven't been too active in it. There's been just a really lot going on. My sister's dying of cancer and things like that, but I have all intentions. I praise the Great Works Alliance. It's just a phenomenal platform that never have I come across. And when I get excited about something, sister, let me tell you something. It's the real deal,
Right?
Mary, we got some good news for you.
What's that?
We'll give you a little bit of a heads up. We were invited to have a meeting with one of the district managers or directors of the Ubuntu community.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a jump.
Right.
So if nothing changes in scheduling and availability, we'll be having a meeting with that person this week.
Very cool.
And
that is real cool.
I was talking to Richard Rose, and he was talking about it dawned on him about what we're doing with bikers too. And he's like, oh, I can think of 3 off the top of my head that are going through the same situation. They want to work together with other groups and everything. So I'm like, that's amazing. That would put us at an estimated 6.
Bikers.
You know,
Wow.
considering that
Bikers groups.
everything continues to go as it's been looking like it's going, like with Bikers Against Bullies,
Yep.
you know, and you guys, and then we got Brandon. He's up in Colorado with Critical Thinkers. That's 3 right there.
When you're talking about bikers, have you tried to contact Baca?
I would love us to. I'm told that we have some connections through them. Between Lyra and I, we have only so much time. Mary
Mhm.
only has so much time.
Oh no. If you like, I can figure out how to get a hold of them. It's been kind of a dream of mine to actually meet someone who is a part of Baca my entire life.
I don't even know what vodka is.
Baca's Bikers Against Child Abuse.
Oh, okay. I thought you
What
said
they
vodka.
do is, what they do is, when a child is afraid to be at home, or someone who has been abused, like a woman that has been abused
Or
in
bullied
the
at school.
they will sit there and camp in front of your house until your court hearing. They will come into your court hearing with you and give you support in any way that you are that they are needed, and they're there the entire step of the way.
We have that here in New York. I thought you said vodka as in a drink.
No,
I was like, what the heck is vodka?
Baca.
did
No,
you
I
get
know
it?
what you're talking about now.
Did you
Yeah,
get
we
it?
have that here in New York.
Yeah, they're. I mean, I read stories on them all the time. I just have never met one, and I want to so bad. You know,
what
I mean,
shared on the screen just a moment ago was our allies list, and we just added Critical Thinkers to that list of allies. We still
okay.
need some information, Mary, from you in order to get that properly linked for Bikers Against Bullies and for the what's the other organization?
Well, we have a couple steps left,
right,
with BAB.
That's right.
But for United Bikers.
For United Bikers, we need a small icon image of of the organization, like these ones here is shared on our allies page, and then a bit of information and a link to the site.
I'll get that. I don't have the link to the site. I looked all over for that, and I tried contacting Pam for that, but I'll continue to reach out to her to get that. I don't know if there's a I looked even online for the link to the site, and I couldn't find it. So I will get in touch with Pam on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm keeping Pam on board because she's the main squeeze, of course, and she kind of understands. She catches on very quickly, you know.
Cool.
So I'm really shocked at her intelligence. Not shocked, but I'm surprised at, you know, of her intellect with all of her medical problems and things she goes through. So she's caught on very quickly, asked questions that I could answer quickly, and, you know, questions I wasn't expecting her to ask, you know. So it was, you know, really great that she is very knowledgeable about you guys, you know, and she's done her homework.
Good. Awesome.
Yes.
And you were prepared to answer.
I know it. I know. It took me a while to get educated because it's more of a tech, you know, situation, but I broke it down to this. It's like, you know, to everybody. It's like people that don't know how to knit. If you know how to knit or crochet, you open up a room and you teach people all the stitches of how to make that blanket, and you're keeping people warm, you know? So I had to break it down from the house into the, because of people's, you know, I'm not saying they're not, you know, educated or anything. They're just educated in different fields like I am, you know? I'm not the intellect, right. And me and Phil are like that, you know? So, yeah, I talked to Phil about it. So, he kind of he understands, but he's, you know, Pam's the head honcho with the pulling it together, you
It
know.
can be a while to absorb too. It's a lot. There's a lot of different pieces, and it's a, you know, most people aren't used to the concept of sharing or teamwork anymore, and the value
Yes.
that like, hey, you want to slack off, that's the best way to do it. You get a whole lot more done,
You only
which
have to
allows you to
spend
slack
20%
off.
Yeah.
of your
Well,
time getting a mission accomplished than the average 80% of the time we each end up spending when we are individuals. You know, and since time
I
is
have to.
since
Mhm.
time
I
is
must
right.
start up this room because I am on overload. Pam's on overload. Phil's on overload. And I keep saying, we're killing ourselves when we could just jump right into the pool and all of us swim together, you know,
Right.
and throw out those life jackets when we need them, when somebody's drowning, you know, and we're all drowning in work. And it's crazy, you
And
know.
we've been paying attention.
But yes, just
their new project, House of Hope. That's a big project.
They're gonna need to.
yes, we're going to accomplish it though.
Yeah.
They want me to move out to Missouri
to get that
Yeah.
that accomplished. And we can, you know, that's what this is all set up for, is to coordinate that team so that no matter who's on site, at least everybody knows what the missions are and that they need to be completed.
Right.
And if there's something that hasn't been completed yet on those missions lists, somebody can say, okay, well, I'm here.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
mission can I help complete? You
Well,
know, if
Phil knows I'm experienced in that. So he wants me to move to Missouri and run that house,
oh,
you
wow.
know, but that's a big, big project. I'd done it before, you know?
Yep.
So, you know, but, you know, it's a big project.
Yeah.
I gotta really think about jumping in on that, you know? I would love to do that because it's for domestic violence, it's for families, it's for trafficking, it's everything that's in my heart. Veterans, everything that's in my heart is involved with that project. But it's a lot of work. It's not only mental and office, it's physical work, you know?
Right.
And if you've got a lot of financial obligations, and you know you're signing on to a huge thing that would take me away from other things, you know, that's in my heart. But you know, I'm gonna really think about taking them up on that offer and getting see what God leads me to, you know. It would be a great thing to have. Absolutely.
I do have a question about the website. Do you guys have an area on there where people know that you don't have to have a degree per se in order to help someone? That I mean, just because you know you went through something that gives you knowledge of it, so you can help, kind of thing.
Christy, I was a licensed private investigator, and I put my license back. I think it was 2004, and I've been
Mhm.
practicing and doing that work ever since without a license. And I'm fine doing it, and nobody has ever challenged me in the courts. Nobody's ever challenged
Well, I
any of
mean,
my
for those
credibility.
who think that they can't help because they don't have the license or they don't have the degree.
No, you can. You can.
Advocates.
We
And you don't have to have a license in order to advocate. Some people think that you do. The difference is a completely different classification where you're a licensed advocate under a specific niche.
Right. So I mean, there's a place to sign up for that on your website, or to explain that to someone on the website that doesn't know.
right here on this third page, potential, fulfill your potential. Great Works Alliance identifies that everyone has the potential to become their own and others' heroes. We are here to help you fulfill your potential. You can add your profile and become a team player in the game of life. And so this is, we're not asking specifically for any degrees. We're looking for people to join us.
Okay.
Christy, what
I
they
just
do
wanted to ask, just in case someone.
beginning process comes with a strengthening and a weakening assets of what you can offer. And what you're not good in, we just get out of there. And what you're good in is highlighted where people can say, oh, wow, here's a person that can maybe help me with this, or she's good at that, you know, and
Correct.
and they go to you because because it's highlighted of what your attributes are to contribute to the communities and actually the nation. You know, there's going to be people worldwide that are looking for, you know, somebody to, you know, how to clean your dishes without dish soap or whatever, you know.
Well, yeah, that does, yeah. Yeah, I like to do things without chemicals as much as possible, and I've learned.
Right?
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
the cheapest way to do it as well.
What I'm sharing here, this is what Mary's talking about. This is on the results side of the skills merit evaluation, the profile that's been created. So from the base of individuals that have filled out this form, we go through the different sections, and you know, we have planning and management skills. We have several questions under that. We have people who have answered anywhere from non-applicable to master and within the parameters. And so this is for every section. We have a section on clerical skills. We have a section on CPA and financial management, and so forth. So, you know,
there is one that shows credentials or asks it, but it's not required.
it's not
It's just
Okay.
if you have a credential, some sort of license
or a
for
certificate.
something specific that can be beneficial and you want to go that path, we can confirm it.
Like I have
Okay.
You know,
I have a master gardener's certificate from UC Berkeley. So I could say, hey, I'm good at organic gardening and agriculture. I have verification and certification of my abilities and my training. And so that then would put me in a classification, for example, if we were to start a team for sustainability community development projects, right?
Yeah.
So, that's not one team we have developed yet because that request has not come in. But we are able to develop teams. We have over 30 teams right now that have been developed. One of them is United Bikers. Another one is critical thinkers. And
those are business to business collaborative think tanks, basically. It's an open space between two different organizations to find melding points.
Okay.
Where do we jive? How do we jive? Narrow that down. I don't have the time to go ahead and fill out any paperwork. Let me get a feel for this first. So that's where we do that, and then randomly bring up different topics to explore.
Okay.
Like anybody's got a project, hey, pass this along, you know, if you like it, and give us any feedback.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I'm so thankful for you guys right now. You have no idea. Like, there's just so much that is going through my head right now of ideas. It actually might drive me nuts tonight. But I mean, I'm gonna totally pass this website on to people that I know and trust, and that do have their parts that, you know, they could you know, attribute to the website and to others. And I'm so thankful for you guys. Thank you so very much.
Well, Christy, Lyra can send you a link to begin the process. Oh, geez, what did I just do?
It's on the website too.
it's on the website. I was showing that earlier when we were talking about mission 1. Mission 2 is the skills and merit form. This, what I'm sharing right now, excuse me, I've been having a dry mouth today.
Froggy throat.
And froggy throat. So this is teams that we have developed, and then we have members within each team that participate in missions that are assigned. We haven't had a lot of missions assigned yet because, again, this is a beta test. This is developed through our parent site, or not parent site, ally site, which is the site that I started in 2016, which is the Coalition for the Protection of Children and Families. You can access it through Coalition for, that's the number 4, protection.org, or the site that we've been sharing today, which is greatworksalliance.com. And we appreciate everybody that's been joining us tonight. Christy, is there anything else that we can answer? Any concerns that you have, or how do
Not at this time, but I mean, I tend to come up with questions like later because, you know, my anxiety and stuff. You have an email address on there, correct?
So you can contact us through the site. I can also put the email in the chat here. Can you access the chat?
Yeah, I think I can. I'm on my phone, so let's see. Yeah, I have it.
At gmail.com.
Okay.
Okay, so
But
that's
yeah, if information is on the website, because I'm gonna be going probably straight to that. After we're done here, I just don't want my mind going in 5 million directions at once because I can't find my anxiety meds at the moment. So,
Yeah.
but I do want to be able to ask any questions if I have some later.
Oh, of
that's
course.
fine.
Of course.
Okay, you guys are absolutely incredible. I do have a few things that I got to get back to. So, you know, I'll probably be emailing you or something, probably later on this week or something, with any questions I might have. So I just need to thank you guys for this because I had lost hope in helping anybody else.
A lot of people.
Yeah, and so I just really need to thank you.
Well, we want to thank you for holding on and keeping that hope within your heart. It is through our compassion and reciprocity and hope. Yep. S stands for hope for Superman. But it's about us working together and finding all of those out there who have the similar desire to connect within our community.
You guys are giving hope back is what you're doing.
I'm sorry?
You're giving hope back.
Well, thank you. And you are too, just by being here, Christy. You know that you are a superhero. And we are so happy that you are here tonight. Thank you.
Yes, Christy, just a little bit that I got from you. I don't know you. I never met you, but you are absolutely an amazing woman, an amazing mom. And I very much appreciate everything that you've contributed to this phone call because it just shows the fight within will never stand down, will never back down, will always be there. And even if we couldn't fight good enough for ourselves, that fight continues for others that are victims of what we went through.
Amen to that, Mary.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And you
God
guys all
bless
have
you.
a good night.
You too.
Yes, you too.
Thanks for joining. Talk to you soon, Christy.
All right, bye.
Bye.